Hey guys, Katie Taylor here with scrappinkaty.com, where I show you how to preserve your family's memories through the art of scrapbooking. In today's video, I am playing along with Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, and I actually am combining two much like I did yesterday. Here is a look at the sketch for day 24. Right off the bat, I like the stars, I like the title, and then I love the different mats with the pattern paper. And I will be coupling it with day 10. Like I mentioned, I'm way far behind. But day 10 also had multiple patterns of paper and then those same star elements. While I won't be using stars, I am going to be using pattern paper, stickers, and embellishments from the Flower Shop collection. Love, love, love these patterns and these colors. And they actually match my photos perfectly, and that's why I pulled them out. Plus, we actually have our Flower Shop Wow workshop on sale right now. So here's a look at those photos. I helped a fellow maker at one of the scrapbook conventions, and the colors in our shirts and then the colors in the haul just look really, really good with this Flower Shop collection. So I am going to clean this off and then we can get started. So I have gone ahead and I've cut all the pieces and then I gutted it much like I usually do. Not necessarily for bulk this time, but because I just love those patterns. So I wanted to use them elsewhere. Now these patterns are going onto a white daisy card base. Not sure if you remember the sketch, but there was definitely a white frame around day 24 sketch, so I thought I would stick with that. From here on out, it's pretty much just layering these pieces. Now I am going to add 3D foam tape to the back of the main square where the photos will be housed. And then I am just using this massive roll that I get off of Amazon. Love it. And then I am going to just kind of use my Versamat to line up some of the strips that were in that sketch. Now, I am at a scrapbook retreat, so you can see I threw some Reese's on there. I tried to cut out all of me eating snacks and drinking coffee just so you wouldn't have to watch that. But if you've ever been to a retreat, you know that that is normalcy. So I love the Versamat because not only does it allow me to line up these pieces of paper, but then I can just easily flip the page, and I'm one that kind of always has to go from the left or the right or the top or the bottom, things like that. So this Versamat makes it really, really easy. And since I don't have my glass board at the retreat, it really comes in handy. So I am just going to apply this last piece of Sundance cardstock or pattern paper down at the bottom. And then I can start adhering my photos to this focal piece. Now this is pretty tight on my photos, but that's okay because I really wanted a tight grid. Now if you remember the sketch, it had a title down at the bottom, but I am just using that photo of the sign out front that actually has the maker's name that I helped out. And then you saw there that you don't necessarily have to take all the 3D foam tape off. A lot of times I'm lazy, so I just leave it in the center. So this is the day 10 sketch. Now I am bringing over some of that pattern paper, of course, and then I'll bring over more patterns here in just a little bit. But for the most part, it really is just the center strips of paper and then the photos. Now I am going to cut these photos down 1/4 of an inch on 2 of the sides so I can mat them. Now this one is a little bit weird because I'm going to have to go 1/8 of an inch from the bottom and 1/8 of an inch from the top, just so we're kind of still centered in the photo and I don't chop anybody's heads off. So this photo is pretty cool. I actually am helping, and then I got recognized for my YouTube channel, and actually from another YouTuber, Biddy Penny, and we have both been on the Craft Roulette show. If you've ever heard of that, that's where you kind of draw, you use a roulette wheel to draw your parameters for cards. So it was so cool that not only did she recognize me, but she actually reached out and asked, are you Katie Taylor? So it was really fun, and so I'm going to add some stickers here in a second that kind of document that, and of course I'm going to have to journal about that. So I'm just going to find the little place for this scrapbook convention. I don't know if any of you have ever been to scrapbook conventions, but this was my first one to work at and attend. I didn't crop in the room, but I did take a picture. I was just amazed at how big that room was and all of those croppers that came to create, because I just love seeing that. I love seeing a whole bunch of men and women together doing what they love. So I've pulled out some scratch paper and I am just ink distressing with Capri. I did go ahead and distress all those other patterns that I've already used off camera. And so that's why when I pull in extra pieces, I just like to go ahead and add that same finishing touch on there. So I'm going to add some pennants. Now the sketch was really, it had a whole lot of white space, but being that I am coupling it with day 24 sketch, Days 24 sketch was real busy. So I need to make day 10 kind of match with that. So that's why I'm bringing in the pennants. And then you'll see here in a little while, I will bring in not only more pennants, but I'm going to kind of embellish both layouts at the same time to make sure that they both have the same elements. I've got those glued down, and then I am going to take a look at the embellishment pack. Now these, I just love these. This is a faux wood, and then it's got a real pretty sapphire. It's like chipboard, I guess. Press board. I don't know what we're calling it, but it's got a real pretty sapphire, but I'd end up not using that, but I definitely did pull some of that faux wood. And then I am going to go ahead and use that faux wood pennant up at the top with these. And then there is a camera and then this little word that says click. So I definitely want the click in the camera around the photo of me and Bitty Penny. And then I need to bring some of that faux wood over to the left layout that I've already done. So I'm just kind of playing with this little tab and I end up putting it up at the top left. Just going to glue that down with liquid adhesive. That way I can kind of mess with it and make sure it's straight. And then I'm going to pop out the center of this camera and then use some of these little pieces to not only cover the flash, but the little heart. So the flash is actually going to be with that same yellow pattern that's up at the top. I'm just going to add liquid adhesive on the back around there and then get that glued down. And then the heart, I'm actually going to cover it with one of the border stickers from the sticker sheet from Flower Shop. So I'm just going to cut that and get that adhered down to the back of that heart. And then once I glue down the click, I'm going to add 3D foam tape to the back of that camera. So there's going to be just a little bit of dimension. Peel that back and then get my T-ruler out. Now our T-ruler, you can actually take off the T part. And I love this long ruler because it goes from edge to edge on my Versamat to make sure that that is straight. I pulled out the sticker sheet again, and I love this sticker because it says, "So this just happened." I am also going to pull out the acrylic shapes that come with the embellishments. So not only do you get the faux wood and the sapphire, but you also get raspberry and white acrylic shapes. So you can see here a mixture of titles and shapes and flowers. So I'm going to pull out some that I like and then get those attached to this layout using my glue dots. I really think that that's pretty much the best method. And then after I get these glued down, I'm going to pull out the pink dots and just kind of add some centers to those flowers, as well as just kind of add some dots around the embellishment clusters. Now notice that I'm also adding those acrylic shapes to this left layout, again, just to make it cohesive. So for my journaling, I am pulling out our brand new journaling strip stickers, and I am cutting the 3/8 inch to 4 inch long. So you get a whole bunch of sheets, and you actually have 1/4 inch and 3/8 inch. I prefer 3/8 inch because I write really big. So I'm going to get these adhered down. I end up adding more later, and then this layout, I just keep coming back to. It just does not really match the left layout. So I am pulling back some of that center pattern paper so it will reveal that yellow pattern that I've used several places, and just tacking it down with liquid adhesive. And then I am going to add some more of that floral piece up at the top near these pennants. And I'm just going to glue those down on each side of that faux wood chipboard piece. And then again, you notice that I distress those with that Capri ink just so it stays cohesive with all the other pattern pieces. Now here are those wonderful pink dots. I love our dots because you get 2 sheets in each, and then you have 3 colors of various shades of pink, and then you also get 3 sizes. So we've got hearts, stars, and dots. So you've got large dots, small dots, medium dots. So right here I'm just kind of playing. I kind of want a medium and a small together, kind of want the largest, and then I also want different colors. And of course I need to bring those dots over to this left layout. So I'm doing those center flowers and then going to add some dots at the lower right. I ran out on this one sheet, so good thing it comes with 2 sheets. So I pulled those out. I'm going to get those adhered down. And back to this layout. Again, the left layout has that white cardstock border around the edge. Really can't do that with this layout now. It's kind of too late, but I want to mimic that. So I have got my T-ruler, my Versamat, and then my white gel pen. And it's very subtle. I hope that you can see it in the still shots here in just a second. But I do think that it adds that extra something. It's not as bold as that left layout with the white daisy border all the way around it, but I definitely just think it adds that extra little something. And then of course I did some heartstrings here and there to kind of tie it all together. Love, love, love my white gel pen. You kind of have to go slow when using it just so the ink will flow, but just practice, 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 and you'll get the hang of it. So here's a look at 10. Again, I kept with the pattern paper down the middle and the embellishments. Here is a look at 24. I quickly realized that those star embellishments, I'm kind of missing that. So I'm going to pull my sticker sheet back out, and I'm going to pull in a couple of stickers. Now, these photos, again, are of Melinda. She's the one that I am helping, the maker. And then she brought another one of her friends with her. And then, again, I just had so much fun. She asked me to help out. Again, like I said, it was my first time even being to one of these conventions, and I loved helping her out. So I wanted to document that. And I love that these photos actually show Melinda in her element, selling to her customers, and then of course all 3 of us in her booth. Here are some still shots. Again, remember, I will link everything down below. And if you aren't in a position to order from any of the links, let's say you are a Close to My Heart maker, or you are a VIP of a Close to My Heart maker and ordering from me just doesn't make sense, then you can leave me super thanks. You can like this video, you can comment, you can share with your friends, you can subscribe. All of those ways help me out and let me know that you were inspired. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. If you liked what you saw, leave me a comment and hit that subscribe button and sign up for notifications. And don't forget to check out that 30 Days of Sketches playlist link below so you can see all the other sketches and what people have done with them.